Now my camera's not on. Holy sugar. Start video, maybe?
Yeah, start video. Boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Holy goodness gracious. Charlie Bertrand, I'm sorry about that right there, my friend.
No problem.
Hello, Yeti Nation, and welcome to Yeti Talks. With all that technical difficulty on my behalf, I'm going to get right into it, shooting off some random questions and talking to you a little bit about lacrosse. Being from Beeville, and I kind of know your family a little bit, so I'm very excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into it right now, and let's have some fun with it, man.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Awesome. Here we go. As far as I'm 3, 2, 1 for somebody that I've got to know over a course of a couple of years through his cousins, Andre and Cliffy Burt. Well, I just gave it away there, but a 2016 graduate from Baldwinsville, a 3-time All-American from Merrimack University, a 2-time player of the year of 2018 and 2019, 2-time champion of 2018 and 2019, then decided to test the Division I ranks and head up to Virginia and play with Lars Tiffany and the Cavaliers. From Baldwinsville, the 315, Charlie Bertrand. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you guys having me on out here in Las Vegas, gearing up for Friday night's game.
Fired up for Friday. I'm a big fan as far as I know a lot of my fans, not to say my fans, but a lot of the people that watch know that I'm a Bertrand fan as far as that goes. I'm definitely a Desert Dog fan because of you. I was a Nighthawk fan because you were with the Nighthawks to begin with, but now we've been to a couple Desert Dogs and watching them and watch you play in person. I'm excited to ask you a couple questions in regards to starting out. As far as you was at Beeville. In regards to when you was at Beeville, did you have Coach Farini as your head coach?
Head Coach Fiorni as a sophomore, and then changed over while I was a junior to Coach Wilcox and Andy Lamb. So gotcha. I was able to see both fronts there and learned a lot from both coaching staffs for sure.
Awesome. Coach, I know Coach Farini from years past. He was there when I was there 30 some years ago. So it definitely had some great great lacrosse players have come out of Baldwinsville. And my biggest question is, I've gone through and read a lot about you in regards to your college, your pro. You was drafted by the Redwoods in 21, right? And started
yes,
the professional outdoor league. And then in 22, you got your feet wet in box lacrosse. Now, my major question, and I got a lot more questions, but my major question right off the bat is, with all this field experience, what got you into box lacrosse?
I think it's a couple things. Number one, certainly being from upstate New York, was always around it a little bit. I will say I never really played any organized box, but I'd be out in Lafayette about once a week in the summer throughout high school, just playing pickup, and even if that meant having a field goalie in a box net, just being on that type of floor and learning some intricacies of the 2-man game and such. And then I think I really started to dive into it at Merrimack, kind of off that idea of the 2-man game is how our offense was run. And our offensive coach, Kyle Smith, would actually have us watch indoor games as film and as part of our tape. So that's how I started to really watch a lot more of the NLL and get really excited about it. And it was something I always thought I wanted to try to do. Didn't know if it would come to fruition, but I had a grad assistant, Chris Willman, who was from Ontario, had played for the Nighthawks, and I reached out to him. I wasn't drafted in the NLL, so I reached out to him and asked if there'd be a chance that I could get a tryout with the Nighthawks. So he put me in touch with the GM, Dan Carey, and they gave me the opportunity there, and I was able to seize it in training camp. And since then, it's been an awesome experience.
Just a quick question off of that in regards to Do you have a preference of box or field, or obviously one game has its special and the other game has its special? But do you have something that's a little bit more trigger happy that you like to be on the field with?
Yeah, it's hard to say that I like one over the other. Certainly depends what season I'm in, but I will say I wish I played box when I was younger for sure. It's a really fun game. It's I think it's almost a more pure form of the sport where the ball's not going out of bounds, and it takes a lot of skill on the offensive end. So I think it's helped me develop a lot in the field game. But certainly growing up playing field my whole life, I love the summer season as well, where I'm probably a little bit more comfortable.
With working off of that, the box game is definitely, and I can't. It's hard to say because the college rules and the pro rules, they're so different in regards to the body contact. So, but with the body contact, the big boys on the field, is it a little bit more abrupt? The collisions, they're coming from a longer distance, versus the box. Uh,
Yeah, I think in indoor it's just a lot of stop and start, right? And it's a lot of banging bodies in tight areas. You don't necessarily see as many huge hits, but there's a lot of catching guys off guard with a pick and hitting them from behind, so they're hitting the floor. But where in field, when you're taking a dodge from a 15-yard running start, and you got guys moving full speed, and there's contact there. I think there's the opportunity for some larger contact, but I think it's really important for the game to keep that contact. And I know it's something that I definitely thrive off of in indoor for sure, being able to set picks and such. But I think it's an important part of the outdoor game as well. And for me, growing up, I played hockey my whole life as well, and I, I know they're trying to take hitting out of that game a little bit as you see the progression with the NHL and a lot of skilled players. But I think keeping it in the game is super important for generating a lot of team atmosphere, I guess, and team culture around how you want to set your defense and set a precedent when you're going against a team. I think it's a really important part of the game when you're going to battle per se for a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and I feel the same way. As far as I'm just going to say one more thing in regards to field lacrosse. I want to say congratulations on a gold medal. As far as I know, family members that I talked to of yours, they're still flying high. Andre is elated, and I know Cliffy would be as well. Cliffy was a great guy, and props to Cliffy. He's the one that got me into Charlie Bertrand, getting to
Uh,
know Charlie Bertrand.
Really
So props.
appreciate it. I love sharing stories with Cliff and Andre still. We text quite a bit, so it's great to see their support. And the summer was kind of all encompassing of all of that, just family and friends that supported me the whole way, and the experience, the 2 weeks out in San Diego was incredible. Something that I didn't ever think would be an opportunity that I'd have. So when I found out I made the team last December, it was surreal, and to see it come full circle and end up winning with the gold medal, it was a really special moment.
I can imagine. I can only imagine as far as that. I can imagine a little bit because working off of that, was it 2 weeks later, you were here in Utica. And I think it was a couple weeks later, and got the opportunity to watch you even more firsthand, a little bit more up close, playing with the Team USA Blue. And how was that experience in regards to just coming off the field season and getting right into it with the world's best players, some of the world's best players, right? Side by side, balling up with you. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think for me, playing with guys like Joel White that was on our team, and being there to watch Blaze in person a little bit more, play indoor, even though I had played with him outdoor, it was really cool. And anytime you get to wear that USA jersey, it's certainly special. And for me, also looking at the kind of gearing up for the indoor season, last year we had the outdoor tryouts through September and October, so I felt like I was still in that field mindset going into training camp, and then I ended up getting injured the first day of training camp, so I missed like four weeks that I should have been really gearing up for the NLL season last year. Where this year it was nice having the indoor tryouts, where right as soon as PLL ended, I was in the mindset of tuning in for box. So switching up the way my stick is strong, you know how it goes in terms of the differences there. So ever since that Lax Night tournament, I was really all in on box, and I had a full training camp with the Desert Dogs this year. So I felt a lot better going into the season.
And what you did in Utica, some of the I know, Greg, I could hear it. You guys couldn't hear me, but the one move where you jumped from behind the net and stuck it on the back corner and still landed. I was jumping up. The Yeti had a box up in the top side there. Andre was up there a few times watching the games, and it was. I know I was jumping around, screaming your name, having a great time with it, but. Facility wise, did you guys get over into the odd at all just to look at the surroundings as far as while you was in Utica?
I actually did, yeah, yeah. It was cool to look around, and kind of brought me back. I actually played my state championship there in hockey my junior year, so I wanted to definitely get over there, and I think I might have went through a back door there because the security guard told me I can't be there anymore. But I was able to get a quick peek at the odd.
You should have said, "Listen, I'm 315, baby. I'm 315." As far as yeah, and I can only imagine what the Nexus Center and the odd come fall time, what that's going to be. The city itself is going to be rocking like it's never, I think, been before. With the world's coming to just down the road from your hometown, so I'm sure there's going to be plenty of family there. And very
Absolutely.
excited. I don't know if they've made the final rosters, yes, but my fingers are saying that, man, you definitely need to be on that roster because hell of a player on that aspect. And with going on to that, we're in the box season, and you guys are now 1-1 on the season. You had a tough game against Albany that first round. I was watching it on TV, and then you guys got out to Panther City and took it to them in overtime. And it's good to see. But the main thing that I'm seeing is you're coming out the back door.
I am,
And
yes.
I'm sitting there waiting for, offense is running against Albany. The offense is going. I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, no, Hannah, no, the gear, no. Where's Bertrand? Then all of a sudden, here he comes out the back door. I'm like, they got him playing defense. How do you
Yeah.
like that?
It's a bit of an adjustment for sure. I'm enjoying it though. Definitely trying to learn as much as I can through that process. I think one thing that Coach Willie really harps on is just that transition and running the floor. And he really crafted this team with a lot of athletic players. And we believe we have guys that are in shape and work hard and can create opportunities in transition, especially late in games. So I think being on the back end allows me to attribute to that and hopefully add some value there. And I know, listen to the older guys, whether it's Tor Reinhold or even John Wagner. Connor Curse is a guy that's transitioned as well a couple years in the league. So just having some people that went through similar transitions as I'm going through right now has been very helpful for me.
That's a great thing about the lacrosse game is those guys filling in the knowledge and you being able to take not only the offensive mind but now throwing the defensive part in there. That's a great ability by yourself, and I love watching it. You got great size, you're able to handle yourself out there, and now you got a great stick with an offensive mind. That is a weapon by no question at all. Now, in regards to big week, Saskatchewan tomorrow night.
Yeah.
As far as the boys are fired up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, it was a tough game against Albany, and really had a lot to work on there. I think the film was humbling for us, and we wanted to go out in the Panther City game and really just trust each other. And I think we did that. Certainly some breakdowns, and we have to be better. We had our Zoom call last night as a team where we broke down the film and scouted Sask a little bit. And this is a team that's 0-2, and they're coming in hungry. And I think it's another team that's pretty fast and athletic as well. So it'll be a good matchup for us. And it's a Friday night home game, and we have awesome fans and awesome crowd here in Las Vegas. So it's always fun to have the opportunity to play in front of them, and it'll be a big game for us to go to 2-1.
As far as with playing in Vegas, Vegas is the Sin City, they say. Did you know, or do you know that Utica, before Vegas was Vegas, Utica was the original Sin City?
I
So
did
you're
not
going to
know
be
that.
playing in two Sin Cities in one country. That's
Okay,
as
okay.
far as the crowd aspect. I've been watching a little bit and keeping up and watching, and the crowd progressively grows as the game is going through. Does Gretzky and the owners get down there and watch the games, or in regards to are they not hands on, but a familiar someone that you see around?
So I think the first game last year we had Gretzky, Steve Nash, and Josiah all at, and that was our inaugural home opener, and we had I think 8,000 fans there. So that was an awesome atmosphere. Since then, I don't think Gretzky or Steve Nash have come, but Josiah's been to multiple games. He's very hands-on owner and does so much for the sport of lacrosse. So I think it's pretty obvious and apparent that everyone on our team and the other teams he owns, whether it's San Diego or just guys across the PLL, really respects what he does for the game and how hands-on he is and how much love he has for the game. And seeing him come to the sport means a lot to us.
Absolutely. Being the general manager owner, it's a semi-pro team with the Utica Yeti, but I know what you guys put on the field, and with the practice, practices are usually harder than the games, and I know that's how we practice. And to see the guys put that effort in, it's a beating. Your bodies are getting beat up day in, day out in regards to that goes. So my hat's off to especially the owners that they take care of their guys, and we're all human, and it's great that they recognize that you guys are doing some great work in regards to being in the pro level. I know as far as you went to college, you was
Hey,
looking
Paul.
at being a
Paul,
mechanical engineer. Yes, sir.
you got 8 minutes left, and then you're going to run out of time because I don't have the paid version of Zoom.
No problem. No,
Just
I'm
letting you know.
actually getting ready to wrap it up here. Yeah, I know Charlie's probably busy, and I got to get back to work myself. But yeah, as far as we're almost there. We're almost there. Now you made me forget what I was going to ask, our Beecher.
My
Something
bad.
about
But anyhow,
mechanical engineering.
as far it
I've got a
happens.
question for you actually. Then, so talking about that physicality, when you are done with a game, is there different things that you have found that work for trying to heal your body up, or how have you dealt with basically, being a professional athlete and trying to get yourself healed and recovered?
Yeah, recovery was a very high priority for me this year, especially once I made Team USA. And I had a day job that I left back in January and went full time across for the year. So I put a lot of time into that recovery aspect. And one thing that I made a habit out of was I bought a massage gun, and I used to do quite a bit of foam rolling before and after workouts, but using the massage gun just made it really easy where every night before bed I would use it for about 10, 12 minutes on just about every aspect of my legs and wherever I felt sore, especially with the travel. When you come after a game and then you got a 5 hour flight back home, it definitely kind of just escalates the soreness that comes out of that game. So I think doing that soft tissue work and taking the time to do mobility work and recover so that you can still get a week of training in before the next game is really important.
Thank you.
You do any type of yoga work in
I do
regards to the
yoga.
stretching?
I do yoga once a week. Yeah. So I
No.
actually, if I have a Saturday game, Sundays travel, and a little bit of mobility. Monday is usually a heavy lift and conditioning for me. Tuesday, I'll do some footwork, and then Wednesday will be more skill work. Sometimes I'll do a power lift, or most days, especially in the summer when it's a bit nicer out in the Boston area, I'll be out there shooting. Thursday's yoga, Friday's another travel day, and then Saturday's a game.
Now, with that, I was reading that you work with Parnell, uh, Mike or Rob Parnell. Now, does he do a training session, or you have your own type of trainer, or you just do it on your own type of thing in regards to your workouts or a team
So
trainer?
for Las Vegas, we have a workout program scheduled for us. Our strength and conditioning coach is Mark Fitzgerald. He's a resident of Whitby, Ontario, and he's a really smart mind. And being able to lean on him has been super helpful. So he has a workout plan laid out for us, and as far as my lifts go, I follow that exactly. As far as conditioning goes, I take about half of what he does, and I like to throw my own stuff in there. I think the assault bike for me is what I find to be most useful. I also get on the rowing machine every now and then and do a longer winded workout. So I think just taking things that I've learned over the years, whether it's at Merrimack, UVA, different strength coaches that I've worked with, and taking into the resources that I have available to me now with the Desert Dogs, and just finding out what works for me has been very helpful.
That's awesome. Awesome. Charlie, I'm going to say, first of all, I'm going to say thank you very much for the opportunity to get to talk to you a little bit and get to know you a little bit more. I know people that are that tune into our production that we got going on Yeti Talks on YouTube. They're going to enjoy listening what the 315 kid has to say. As far as it's really been a true pleasure. You definitely have a couple huge fans in the Rome market. As far as I want to say, the best of luck with the rest of the NLL season. But I'm my hats off to you for everything that you do, and I'm looking forward to seeing you playing here in Utica this coming fall.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Hope to talk to you again soon, and sir, have a great season. Thanks very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you.
Have a great one.